Hi, this is Teacher Nancy from Literacy Pittsburgh. How are you? I'm good, thanks. This video is for Teacher Nancy and Teacher Julie's class. This video is about questions. This video is about questions and future. Future will. This video is questions about the future. Okay, are you ready? Let's talk about questions about the future. Questions about the future. Remember, future is after now. After now. Before, we talked about yes, no questions and future. We talked about yes, no questions and future. For example, will you study English tonight? Yes, I will study English tonight. Or no, I won't study English tonight. Yes and no questions, future. Will you study English tonight? Yes, I will study English tonight. Or no, I won't study English tonight. This is yes, no question. Let's talk about question words. Question words. Who, where, what, why, when, and how. Question words. First, who. Who, people or one person? Who. Where. Where, place. Where. Place. At home, at the store, in the kitchen. Place. What? There are many questions with what. What is things? What is things? What is your job? What is your name? What is this? Many questions. Why? Why is because? Why is reason? Because. Why? When? When? Time. when. At 1 o'clock next month, 2 weeks ago, when. And sometimes when is after or before. When. After class. Before I eat. When. How. There are many how questions. How many is counting. How many students? How often is counting how many times? Twice a week. How long is counting minutes, hours, days, months, years. And how much is counting? How much is money? Or how much is water? How much water? How much is salt? How much salt? Many different how questions. How many? How often? How long? How much? So let's talk about let's talk about future questions. Future questions and question words. And let's talk about word order. Word order is what word is first, next, next. Word order. Word order for questions about the future. I start with question word. When. Next, will. Will is future. When will. Next, person or thing. When will you? Next, action. Action is doing. When will you eat? And finish more words. When will you eat dinner? When will you eat dinner? I will eat dinner at 7:30 p.m. Word order. Question word, will, person or thing, action, more words. Let's practice. Let's practice and let's talk about studying English. Let's talk about studying English, questions about future, questions about studying English in the future. Are you ready? When? When will you study English? When? I will study English in the morning. Where? Where will you study English? Where? Place. I will study English in my home. Question: when? Time. Question: where? Place. When will you study English? Where will you study English? Question: why? Question: how? Why will you study English? Why? Because I will study English for my job. I will study English to talk to my neighbors. Why? Because. How? How often? How long? So remember different questions. How? How often will you study English? Twice a week? 3 times a week? How long will you study English? How long is counting minutes, hours? How long will you study English? 2 hours? 30 minutes? Questions: why? Questions: how? Why will you study English? How often will you study English? How long will you study English? Questions: who? Questions: what? There are different who questions. Who will you study English with? With is together. Nancy, Julie, together. Who will you study English with? Or who? Who will study English? Elvira, Delmira, Angie, Xiaoya. Who will study English? Question: what? Many different what questions. What will you study? Questions. I will study questions in English. What will you use to study English? I will use my phone to study English. Questions who? Questions what? Who will you study English with? With, together. Who will study English? What questions? Many different what questions. What will you study? What will you use to study English? I will use YouTube. Let's practice. Let's talk about housework. Housework is work in the house. Cleaning. Housework is work in the house. Look at the action. Use the question word. Ask the question. Let's practice. Let's talk about housework. Housework is work in the house. Look at the action. Use the question word. Ask the question. Are you ready? Action. Wash the dishes. Question word. When. When? Time. Ask the question. When will you wash the dishes? When will you wash the dishes? When will you wash the dishes? I will wash dishes after dinner. Mop the floor. Remember, mop the floor is water and soap. Mop the floor. Question word, where? Where? Place. Ask the question. Where will you mop the floor? Where will you mop the floor? I will mop the floor in the kitchen. Action. Take out the garbage. Take out the garbage is take garbage outside. Take out the garbage. Question word, why? Why? Because. Make the question. Why will you take out the garbage? I will take out the garbage because the garbage can is full. Why will you take out the garbage? I will take out the garbage because the garbage can is full. Organize the cupboard. Organize the cupboard. Question word, what? Two pictures. One picture not clean. Next picture clean. Organize. Organize the cupboard. What will you organize? What will you organize? I will organize the cupboard. I will organize containers and lids. I will organize containers and lids. What will you organize? I will organize the cupboard. I will organize containers and lids. Okay, we are finished talking about questions about the future. And the question words, who, where, what, when, why, how. Watch the video again, practice at home, and we will practice in Zoom English class. Okay, we are finished. Have a nice day. See you in Zoom English class.